First at 5, the winter blast hits Texas. The extreme weather is packing a punch with cold rain now hitting Houston. We are seeing snow and ice on the ground in Midland, and sleet is falling in parts of North Texas. And of course, airports are already impacted as travelers face big flight delays and dozens of cancellations. Good Thursday morning, everybody. Off to a busy start. Welcome to KHOU 11 Morning News.
Yeah, certainly got a jam-packed show covering all things weather. I'm Dave Freilich here with Stephanie Simmons and Kimberly Davis.
We've got school closures scrolling on the bottom of your screen. We're also tracking the power grid. We know a lot of you are anxious about that.
For now, let's get to weather and traffic on the ones. We have Jennifer Reyna here along with team weather coverage with Kimberly Castro and Cheetah Craft. 5:01 on the nose. Cheetah, let's start with you.
All right. Good morning, guys. Well, I previously just showed you here that advisory has been extended. So we're going to continue to monitor, especially for our late afternoon and overnight hours, the potential for some of this sleet and that freeze line to dip a little bit closer in town. Now, notice right now, Austin, San Marcos, into Temple, yeah, they're shaded there in pink. And this is part of a much bigger story across the country. Here locally, we're actually tracking some thunderstorms. Shepherd, Livingston, good morning, 59 into 69 this morning. Some of these downpours, they're quick, but they are on the heavy side. Now, in town, area-wide rain, just plain old rain for net right now. And that's because temperatures are still above the freezing point. Even Bryan College Station, 36, Brenham, 38, 39 in Tomball. Now, Arctic air, it is on the move. So let me go ahead and bring in meteorologist Kim Castro. We're going to be tag teaming all morning. And Kim, it's just a matter of time. These temperatures throughout the day are going to continue to drop.
It is, but it is going to take a minute, like you just talked about, for that Arctic air, the really punchy air, to sink in, which is why most of this morning I'm expecting the moisture to be in the way of some cold rain. By this afternoon, especially for our northern and western counties, that's when we start to see the potential for a little wintry mix. Tonight, Houston City Center, that's when your potential ramps up. And then Friday morning, we could even see a snow flurry. That's especially along the coast, and I'll show you why. So here we go. Temperatures above the freezing mark for this morning, starting to get close to that for our northern and western counties. That's when we see the first of that wintry mix by this early afternoon. By this evening, you'll notice that's dropping down from Conroe down to El Campo, getting to the Houston City Center area by 8 o'clock tonight. And then by early tomorrow, another burst of energy from that dip in the jet stream could bring our coastal areas a potential for a snow flurry. So lots to watch for on the road, Jay Ray.
Oh, for sure. Thank you, Kim, for the heads up. We do have our first accident here closer to town on 59 I-69 headed southbound at West Park. Just watch out for a right shoulder that's blocked. Of course, we have slick road conditions, no icy conditions here in town. I do want to remind you to turn your headlights on. I know that seems like a no-brainer, but I get email after email about folks who just simply have their headlights off. Reduce your speeds this morning, give yourself more time, and certainly do not use your cruise control. I did want to pop up the radar and head to the east side of town where things are slippery, and this is your look at I-10 right here in the Highlands Channel View area. I just wanted to highlight what it looks like, and certainly looking at the 288 corridor as well, headed in the medical center. Slow going it will be for later. Over to you.
Jen, thanks. Many school districts are considering early closures or just canceling out right after school activities because of the bad weather.
And some districts made those decisions early. So far, Navasota and Anderson-Shiro schools are closed, and Waller and Sealy schools are closing 2 hours early today. Fort Bend, Tomball, Stafford, Galena Park, and Channelview ISDs are all canceling their after-school activities. You can find that information scrolling at the bottom of your screen all morning long, and you can also see the complete list on our website, khou.com.
At 5:04, as we enter another winter storm in Texas, we are bringing you team coverage with what you need to know about the roads, the power grid, and conditions across the state. Adam Bennett and Michelle Choi are live this morning covering the Houston area. Adam, good morning. We'll start with you.
Kimberly, good morning. We are here in College Station. This is Highway 6 behind me. And just a short time ago, a few minutes ago, we saw TxDOT trucks making their way over this overpass once more. They've already pre-treated these roads, but because of this rain, they may have to go over some spots again. Now, right now, it's just in the mid-30s this morning. We've got the thermometer right here, but that is expected to change by the afternoon. Temperatures are expected to go into the 20s, and that's when we could see problems on the bridges and overpasses around town. People here, we've already seen them preparing for the expected worsening winter weather. We were at an H-E-B last night, local grocery store here. Pretty busy, and a lot of the shelves were already empty of the essentials like eggs, bread, milk, and water.
Like a weekend. It's very busy. Not a lot of food on the shelves, but it was not just enough.
Yeah, and store employees told us they will be restocking. Now, we are just down the street from Texas A&M University. They will be canceling classes today here at their College Station campus, again, because of the expected worsening winter weather. Kimberly?
Adam Bennett live in College Station for us this morning. Thank you.
Well, if you plan on flying today, you certainly need to be sure to check that flight status before you head out. Here's a live look at Hobby Airport and also the Flight Aware Misery Map. Central part of the country is being hit hard by this storm, with Southwest and American flights already canceled by the dozens. Continuing with our live team coverage this morning, Michelle Choi is live at Bush Intercontinental. Michelle, what's it looking like out there right now?
Dave, already this morning, nearly 100 flights have been canceled in and out of Bush Airport. And a lot of those cancellations are flights going to and coming from cities like Dallas, Austin, and cities in Oklahoma, all places expected to be hit hard by this Arctic blast. Now, take a look. It was a similar story less than 24 hours ago. Yesterday, more than 100 flights were canceled here at Bush Airport. A spokesperson for Houston Airport says if needed, they're ready to spray runways with de-icing chemicals. Airlines have similar plans in place for their planes as well. Now, as this winter weather ramps up, more cancellations and delays are expected throughout the day today. Over at Hobby Airport, there has already been more than 60 cancellations. Majority of those are Southwest Airlines flights. So if you're planning on flying out to, again, cities like Dallas, Austin, Oklahoma City, be sure to check on your flights before you head out to the airport this morning. We'll, of course, keep a close eye on the changes as well and keep you posted. Steph and Kimberly.
A situation affecting thousands of people today. Michelle Choi live at Bush Airport for us this morning. Thank you.
The power supply is a big concern during weather like this. This is a look at real-time supply and demand data across the state. According to ERCOT, as you can see on the left, the demand, the real teal line, is well below the supply. The purple line, and looking forward on the right side of your screen, it's forecast to stay that way. And during the winter storm last year, more than 1 million were in the dark.
So why wasn't Texas prepared like other parts of the country? The simplest answer, Texas has its own power grid. There are 3 grids in total in the U.S., the East, the West, and Texas. Unlike the others, the Texas grid is unregulated. ERCOT manages the grid, which is made up of electricity generators, transmission lines, distribution networks, and you, of course, the consumer. Last year, electricity generators weren't prepared and equipment froze.
Every pro has a con, and the con of the deregulated market is a struggle to enforce at the level that we might want, or the urgency that we as freezing Texans might need to see.
Over the last year, Texas put winterization requirements in place for electricity generators, but not for natural gas providers. That will go into effect next year.